I'm going to do another exercise. What's 168 hours? 10 seconds, minutes. What's 168 hours? Anybody? Okay, I'll help you. Number of hours in a week. Okay, 168 hours. Can you write, get on a fresh piece, turn it around, whatever. Write 168 hours. Do it very quickly. Okay, on average, how many hours do you sleep? Just write it down. If you sleep 8 hours times 7, that's 56 hours. How many hours do you sleep? Just jot it down. So 168, we are now saying minus whatever hours you sleep. Just do it vertically. Okay, less your sleep hours. Less what we call work. From the time that you get up, on average, to the time that you get home. So let's include travel. So if you get up at 6 and you get back home at 6, that's 12 hours of work and travel. 12 times 5, 60 hours. Okay, so 168 hours we reduce by sleep hours, which is 8 times 7, 56. We reduce by 60 hours, which is work and travel. Okay? Work, travel, and a blue sheet. From the time you get up to the time you get home. Any other chunky hours that you know you do stuff? If you go to church, if you do homework with the kids, if you study, 2 hours a day times 5, 10 hours. Any other chunky hours that you know? Please don't put generations time and stuff. Don't put that down. What's the other one, Laura? You're not going to say your favorite. No. Okay? Okay, how many hours do you have left? Right? Who wants to be a guinea pig? Give me some hours. I'll not get to the last slide. Who wants to be a guinea pig? Who's got hours left? Just for the example. How many hours do you have left? 47 hours. Okay, can you think of anything else that you know happens on average in a week? Or let's say it happens twice a month, you can then average it into a week that you can just take out. Gym, family visits.
Oh, okay,
yeah, just put some time for that, whatever time you think on average. So let's say you spend a full Saturday a month, so it's 8 hours divided by 4, it's 2 hours. Any other chunky things that you can remember? Okay, so you're down to
12. So that's 35.
35. Okay. So for ease, let's say you're down to 30 hours. So that means out of a given week, you got 30 hours where something happens, but you're not quite clear what it is. I mean, we can sit down and say, oh, okay, I did this and that, whatever. But there's 30 hours that are left in that week. Now, you could take that 30 hours a week, multiply by 52 weeks. So let's say 1,500 hours. Okay, so 1,500 hours, whatever, in a year, where things happen on average, of course we're talking averages, and we're just not clear what happens in that. 1,500 hours in a year. How many hours in a working month? 160, is that correct? Average. How many hours do you work in a week? 160. Okay, let's say 160 or 170. Okay, just 150 to make our maths easier. So that's the equivalent of 10 working months. Just in theory, just to show to demonstrate. Laura knows where this is going. That's like 10 working months where things just happen and we don't know what's happening. So we could say to you, what's your name? Lucano. Lucano.
Yes.
Okay, so we could say to you, okay, from January to October, just sleep. Don't come to work, don't do anything. Okay, and then we'll see you for the last 2 months of the year. We don't know what's happening, so every year, just using that very simple math, there's 10 months equivalent to working hours. Remember we're saying equivalent to working hours. 10 months that you could be working, equivalent to work, that just disappear. Nowhere in life. The question I've got to ask you, once you become aware of how to manage time, if you go back out to your list of 100 goals, what are the things that you can do with your life? Once you start saying, I've got so much time. I really have so much time. I can start studying, I can take up another job, I can do some. What are the things that you can do with your time so you can manage that 30, 35 hours down to 5 hours? You can't clear it completely with some spare time. See what I'm saying? That's how you're going to think about it. And when I started doing this some 10 years back, I mean, I was shocked with the time that was just going nowhere. And I would say, I don't have time. I can't do this. I don't have the time. I just can't do it. But there was just so much time available. That's when I changed the way that I live my life. So I hardly, I sleep. I was going to say I hardly sleep, but I do sleep. I sleep 4 hours a week, a night. That's good enough for me. Yeah. On the weekends, maybe 6 hours. My body's used to it. So I'm up at 3:30. And by the time you guys wake up, I've done like 2 hours of reading and whatever stuff. And I've got so much time. I can do so many things. And I can make my life productive. But how about you? What are you doing with your life?